r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. Postmen and couriers or Reddit. What's the weirdest state someone's been in while answering the door? Did door-to-door sales for about a week when I was young and broke. Had an attractive woman answer the door wearing nothing but a very tiny bikini bottom. I thought I was about to get lucky, but it turned out her husband dared her to do it. They thought I was selling Jesus and wanted to mess with me. Still, I got an eye full of the nicest hits I'd seen to that point in my life. I am not a postal worker, but I did used to be a public defender. I once had a client who got into the habit of always greeting his postal worker and the UPS and FedEx delivery drivers, completely naked and with a fully erect dong. That is also why he was my client. I had him plea out. Naked dude soaking wet wearing nothing but a Cracker Barrel apron. First time okay, second time something is going on here. I once delivered pizza to a Rager. Not a stack of pizzas to a normal party, a single pizza to a huge riot of a party. Like, cars parked on the lawn, guys throwing up off the balcony, people fighting in the living room, hundreds of beer cans all over the places, all of it. I go in and ask for Amy, the person who ordered it, and everyone is pointing me to different directions. Eventually I find this girl doing 3 feet bong rips on the back porch. She looks at me and says, "Oh crap, my pizza," then hands me a crumpled up $100 bill and tells me to keep the change. As I'm getting in my car, a guy runs up, asks me to do a beer run. I say I have to get back, and he says, "Okay, what if I pay you?" Then he gives me like $20 for running him down the street to the gas station. Not a postman, but one of our salesmen presented a proposal to a client while the client was receiving an enema from a home health nurse in their living room. One lady opened the door and pissed her pants in front of me while she signed, and her boyfriend not so discreetly filmed it from behind her. When I was 13, I was sent to the neighbors to get my brother and tell him come home. The guy opened the door, naked, glitter coming out of his pubes. He had a towel covering his goods. I asked him if my brother was there and thankfully, he said no. I was breastfeeding my baby, heard a knock at the door. Put my boobs away. Answer the door. Afterwards I look down, realize one boob is still out. Have to hand it to the guy, he didn't look down once. In a previous life, I delivered pizzas part-time, and once delivered to an apt, I rang, got buzzed in, arrived at the door and knocked. I heard doors open and some rather rhythmic squeaking. So, I nervously opened the door, step into the hallway, turn the corner, and there on the sofa some guys giving it hard to I assume his girlfriend. He doesn't even look up or break rhythm, she just looks over his shoulder and says, "Money is on the table, thanks." I take the money, and as I'm leaving I hear, "Pizza's here, hurry up, I'm starving." I managed to hold it together until I got in the elevator, then nearly pissed myself laughing once the doors closed. Not a postman, but I had a furry, dressed up as a wolf or husky, I dunno what it was, answer the door as my initiation job when I was a carpet technician. I had to steam clean the carpets in their furry fandom room. My coworkers were laughing their ass off when I came back to the office. Used to be a paper boy and this one meth addicted woman answered the door in a bathrobe and her right boob came out to say hi. Very attractive married woman would call our service when her husband was out of town. The regular driver would show up for a booty call. One day I was covering his route and she showed up at the door fresh out of the shower with a house coat she carried instead of wearing. "Surprised to see me instead of the other guy," she exclaimed. "Sorry, no pickup today." My husband was a mailman for years before we met and has some stories. My personal favorite is the guy who'd meet him at the top of the stairs in a bathrobe. Husband then could see his balls. He'd then offer my husband a bottle of water and ask him if he wanted to come in for a massage. And surprisingly, he declined the dude's offer every time. I used to deliver mail when I was 19. I had this old lady answer the door in a robe and a glass of wine in her hand. She proceeded to move her robe to the side exposing a titty and invited me inside to have some wine with her. I politely declined and ran back to the vehicle. Wife does physical therapy and once had a job doing it in home health. Probably about once a month she'd have yet another elderly male patient that would open the door not wearing pants. Sometimes with half-rotted tighty-whities on and sometime not. She'd just kindly remind them that we'd have to be wearing pants for the visit. UPS driver here. I delivered to a housing complex for the mentally unstable, and I got chased with a knife the instant the door opened. The staff said she's not allowed anything pointy and they're very sorry. The spot had the worst state funding imaginable and everyone was in shambles. Felt bad, but fudge, make sure they get their meds please. Someone shot me in the head over a gaming chip. That was pretty weird. What's weirder is that I was able to heal from it with virtually no lasting effects. My husband accidentally flashed the Amazon man, went to grab the parcel off him and his robe slipped. He's never answered the door in his robe again. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.